But today, more and more of our antibiotics are becoming less effective. Did something go wrong to make them stop working? The problem is not with the antibiotics, but the bacteria they were made to fight. And the reason lies in Darwin's theory of natural selection. Just like any other organisms, individual bacteria can undergo random mutations. Many of these mutations are harmful or useless, but every now and then, one comes along that gives its organism an edge in survival. And for a bacterium, a mutation making it resistant to a certain antibiotic gives quite the edge. As the non-resistant bacteria are killed off, which happens especially quickly in antibiotic-rich environments like hospitals, there is more room and resources for the resistant ones to thrive, passing along only the mutated genes that helped them do so.
For natural selection to occur in a population, 3 criteria must be met. First, there must be variation in the population. For example, brown beetles versus green beetles of the same species. Second, the trait must be heritable, which is to say it can be passed on from one generation to the next through the genes. And third, more offspring are produced than the environment can support. In other words, a portion of all the offspring will die off because there aren't enough resources to support that much offspring in the population. Okay, so in natural selection, it's nature that selects which one will die based off how well their traits fit that environment. Going back to our beetle example, if there's a drought one year and all the green vegetation dies, leaving only brown, dead earth behind, the brown beetle will thrive while the green beetle will dwindle. It'll die off. Nature here selects for the brown beetle through a natural occurrence, which of course favored the brown beetle. All right, now let's compare this to artificial selection. So artificial selection requires only 2 of the 3 criteria. That is variation in the population and that the trait is heritable. The difference with artificial selection is that humans decide which traits are passed on, not nature. Right? Artificial selection is used in agriculture and animal breeding all the time. Right? People want cows that produce the most milk, so they only breed cows that produce high amounts of milk. They don't breed the ones with low milk production. Likewise, horses have a variety of breeds with a variety of jobs, and breeders use artificial selection to make that happen. All the dogs, all the household dogs we have are a result of artificial selection throughout the years. Today we are talking about speciation. Speciation is the formation of one or more new unique species from a current species. In order for one species to split into two or more, a faction within the species must not share its genetic information with the rest of the species. This is called reproductive.
And it's not like a mass extinction is some kind of blurry, ill-defined term. It's when at least 50% of the species on the planet go extinct. One of them, which has been aptly dubbed the Great Dying, wiped out more than 95% of the species on the planet.